Act number 3. Act number 3, Narelle Harcum. Okay, we're up to Act number 4. What we'll be doing after Act number 4 is we'll be having a little break. And if you want to go for a little walk, you can go for 5 or 10 minutes. We'll be back, stretch the legs, and we'll be back with the second half of the show. Act number 4, he's a comedian. Now what am I going to do? Normally I'm going to say what's the first song they're going to sing. Now I'm going to say what's his first joke. Well, actually, his first joke today is he asked his girlfriend what joke he could do to make people laugh, and she said, just wear your birthday suit, that always gets a good laugh. That's his first joke today, ladies and gents, so when he says it, make sure you laugh. He's a comedian, he's from Greenacre. Of course, he loves making people laugh, and he loves comedians such as Robin Williams and Joan Rivers, who have both passed on recently, so hopefully he sticks around. And he hopes one day to perform comedy on the cruise ships. Give him a big, big round of applause. Act number 4, Max Calvaruso.
How you going, Canterbury? Everyone good? Who's happy that the Bulldogs won last night? Ah, fantastic. I am happy because I hate Manly. Really. I mean, those guys have no sense of humor. I was up there 2 weeks ago doing the gig up there, and they actually turned violent on me. And they actually started throwing things at me. I mean, I didn't mind the gold coins. I caught most of them. But when they started throwing the chairs, I did a Usain Bolt. I sprinted out of there so fast. But overall, it was a pretty good day. I was on stage for only 2 minutes. I made $200 in change. So that was pretty good. Can't wait for them to have me back again. But no, it's great to be back here at Canterbury Leagues. Last time I was here, I got to the semi-finals. And today I want to go one better this time. And it all depends on you guys. So just to let you know, for every winning vote you give me, I'm going to give you $10. I've got the photocopy printing the money off right now. So fresh dollar bills. But no, it's great that we've got a big audience. We've got about 200 people here today. It's about the average I'm used to performing in front of. Maybe take 1 or 2 zeros off the end. That's usually my average. But I got to be honest with you guys. I'm really scared and frightened being up here because I'm scared of heights. And it's a long way down. You probably think I'm a bit of a wimp, especially if you think back to what that Austrian guy did on the news 2 years ago. Remember they flew him up to the edge of space? He was wearing a spacesuit and he jumped and he did a 40-mile free fall all the way back down to Earth in 15 minutes and landed safely. You know, and here I am whinging about a couple of feet, but in my defense, the guy's wearing a parachute and I'm not. So I think I'm actually braver than he is. But I've got a few special friends in the audience. One of them, a mate of mine, he's not happy this morning. He went on a date last night, first date with a new girl. He hasn't been on a date for years. And apparently things didn't go well. But they were looking good. He was telling me there was a nice restaurant, they were enjoying dinner, conversation was flowing, they're laughing. And all of a sudden the girl leant over and whispered something to his ear. She said, I haven't slept with a man in over a year. And he said, neither had he. So she left. But I've also got my girlfriend here, and there's just the ones people who know me. I always give you an update on how our relationship's going. And for those who don't know me, I'll give you a quick recap. I met her earlier in the year, and the thing I loved about her the most when I first met her was that she was homeless, which was great, because at the end of the night, just drop her off anywhere. And last time I was here in the semi-finals in May, the update was that she wasn't homeless anymore. I found a nice shelter for her in Punchbowl to live in. And today, I can give you the best news of all. As of 2 weeks ago, she's moved in with me into my house, and things are going great. Yeah, thank you, Anna. It's almost like a real relationship. But no, things are going great, and I've actually, just to make her feel at home, I've given her a few things to do. So she does all the washing, the cooking, the cleaning, the ironing, the vacuuming, the dusting, the gardening, the mowing, and she washes my car. And she's got to do all that by midday, because in the afternoon she's got to go to work. She's got to pay for the electricity bill, phone bill, gas bill, mortgage. I know what you're thinking, I'm a great guy for taking her in, and you're right, I am. But no, she's a top girl and she deserves it, and she's got some real special qualities. One of them is that she's a really good kisser. She's better than my mom. But she's not as good as my grandma. My grandma's still number one, I tell you. Granny, I tell you, especially if she doesn't have her teeth in, you've never had a French kiss better than Granny gives. No, really. But isn't it great that we still got Stevie V here doing the emceeing at the show? Stevie, stand up, please. Stevie, stand up, please. Let's give him a round of applause for Stevie. Stevie V. He's fantastic, fantastic. By the way, Steve, last night I was watching TV and I saw your twin brother. I was watching the Addams Family movie and Uncle Fester showed up. Splitting image, really. I mean, just by the way, who came out first, you or him? I think he might have, because he could put the globe in his mouth and it lights up. He probably led the way. But no, Steve's a great guy, and he's got a great sense of humor. At least I hope so. But no, it's been a really busy weekend for me. Starting 2 days ago, Friday, September 19th was my birthday. And to me, happy birthday to me. Okay, it was my birthday, but I turned 29 on the day. Not really, I turned 20. There's no way I'm turning 30, because apparently when you turn 30, a man goes bald. Isn't that right, Steve? And I don't want to lose my golden locks, so I'm definitely not turning 30, you know. But no, and on the night, my girlfriend said something really special to me. She was giving me a big cuddle, and she was telling me how much she loved me and cared for me, and how years from now, when I'm on my deathbed, she wants to be there holding my hand. That is beautiful. That is touching. And then it hit me, why have I got to go first? And, I mean, if she really loved me, she'd go first, right? And no, I actually think she tried killing me during the week. Because she's always whinging I don't eat healthy food. And she gave me an apple the other day, but she didn't tell me I was supposed to take that little sticker off. And I almost choked to death. And I think it might be time for a new girlfriend. Maybe go see Granny again. What do you reckon? But no, it was a busy weekend, including yesterday. My nephew got married. We went to the wedding. And as soon as the ceremony was finished, we went up to him. My girlfriend congratulated him. I gave him my commiserations. I mean, you'd only been married 10 minutes, and the poor guy already had handcuffs on. You know? But, and then last night at the wedding reception, he came up to me and said, Uncle Max, what's the secret to a long-lasting, happy marriage? I think he asked me because I've been married 3 times. He thinks I'm an expert. So I said to him, well, Johnny, the secret is that you've got to say those 2 magic words that all the women want to hear all the time, but you've got to say it's 95% of the time. And he thought about it and he said, do you mean yes, dear? Very good, Johnny. 3 hours, you know the drill. And then he said, but why only 95% of the time? I said, because that's the percentage that it's the right time to say it. The other 5%, like if she asks you, you're trying to kill me, do you want a divorce? Are you having an affair? Don't say yes, dear. Okay? Otherwise you'll be divorced 3 times like me. Okay? But I've got a friend of mine who's not married. He's not even going out with anyone, but he would love to be married. And he thinks that one of the best things and perks about being married would be that you don't have to pay for sex anymore. Wrong. Still paying. You know? He's so naive. But I've got another friend of mine who rang me on the phone last night. He's got a new girlfriend. And apparently she's extraordinary. That's what he kept saying. She's extraordinary this, extraordinary that. I said, she reminds me of my girlfriend, because my girlfriend's extraordinary. A couple of weeks ago, another friend of mine rang me, and he's got a new girlfriend. I don't know what it is about new girlfriends at the moment. And he's telling me that apparently she's really beautiful, and she's got the sexiest voice you'd ever want to hear. But it's costing him a lot of money, because apparently those dialing 1-900 numbers is pretty dear. Isn't that right, Steve? You know what I'm talking about? Where is Steve? He's disappeared on me. But a couple of weeks ago, I was shopping at Westfields at Burwood, and I bumped into another man of mine I hadn't seen in a long time, and he was really distraught. And I said, what's up? And he goes, me and my wife have been fighting and arguing for months. It's not good. And having had sex with her and all that time, I'm really frustrated. What should I do? And I said, well, you know, sometimes a man's just got to take matters into his own hands. Boom. Okay, no. But, no, I didn't like that. But who's been listening to the news lately on TV and the radio? Everyone listen to the news, watch it every night? There's been a few interesting things on. One was about that man in WA. He's a surfer, and he got attacked by a killer shark. And ever since the attack, his favorite song is now the one made famous by the Beatles. You know, the one that goes, suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. Got all these stitches all over me. Oh, I remember yesterday. Why'd you have to come and take my legs away? I didn't do anything wrong to upset you anyway. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now all I do is lay around all day. Oh, I remember yesterday. Thank you. Well, you know, everybody else here is a singer today, so I thought I'd get into the act. And for those people who know me, I do singing on the side as well as comedy. And I've got a CD coming out tomorrow. You can buy it at any $2 shop for $39.99. And all the proceeds are going to go to charity. That's my girlfriend who works up at the Cross. But another thing that was on the news recently, you might have seen it, was they came out with statistics that apparently if you work for the government, if you're a government employee, you're going to live longer than other people. And I actually believe that, and I was happy to hear it because I work for the government. I work for Centrelink. Every 2 weeks they send me a check. And honestly, I don't work that hard. The last one that caught my eye on the news, and you might have seen it on the Current Affairs show with Tracy Grimshaw, was they were talking about this 84-year-old woman, 84 years old, and she's working as a prostitute. 84-year-old prostitute, and she's charging and earning $400 an hour. $400 an hour, 84-year-old prostitute, you know? As soon as I heard that, I had to tell my girlfriend about it that night. I wish I hadn't, because since then she's charging me for sex at the same rate. It's not good, you know? I mean, thank God I only last 3 minutes in the bedroom. I only have to give her 20 bucks. It's been my pleasure performing for you. I hope to see you again real soon. God bless. Good night.